What's up, princess? Your dad says, what's up? And you're like, oh my God.
Hey everyone, my name's Nick.
And I'm Ray, and today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, Episode 3. And gotta say, action packed episode. However, the plot kind of met a standstill, it feels like. It wasn't dead, but it was definitely a lot slower this time around, even with a 3 year time skip.
Yeah, a huge time skip going from episode 1 to 2. What was it, like 4 to 6 months, somewhere in there?
Something.
Here, we're almost at 3 years, right? We see the king's got a son. He named his son the same as his previous son, right?
Aegon.
Very weird. Aegon,
Yeah, the
second
third.
of his name.
So yeah, it starts off, action packed. We get a dragon coming in, Prince Daemon riding Caraxes. He starts flying around a battlefield, which we get some exposition from a dude getting tortured and eaten by crabs. He's on a little plinth or whatever that is. Crabs are starting to gnaw at him, which I don't think crabs eat people, but crab people, we'll allow it.
I
We'll,
I
we'll
bet
allow
they
it.
would. If you were just sitting on the beach,
I
not
said on the
moving. I
beach.
Yeah, but I mean like a crab infested beach. I bet they would.
But yeah, so crab people, and he's like, "Oh, my king's gonna get you, my prince, or whatever." And then Damon flies, he's flying around, and he's like, "Whoa, dude, my prince, he's here!" Woo! Dragon fire everywhere. And as Caraxes lands, this dude super hyped, just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be saved." Gets fucking splat, dude, which feels right for Damon.
Yeah.
His men
Yes.
are like, "Yeah, he's here. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah,
Whoops."
he's not concerned about saving his men. He's just there
Yeah,
to kill people. He's
he's
there to
there to
fuck
win.
shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, fits his character. Good old crab people run into the tunnels. Damon's a little upset. Get back here, crab
Yeah.
people. Awesome way
Yeah.
to start off this episode, I think.
Yeah, it really is. And we find out that they've pretty much been, they've been slowly losing this war for the past 3 years. And the crab people been doing awesome. Obviously, they have the others, right? Damon's side have two dragons, correct?
Yeah, they have multiple dragons.
Obviously, the superior firepower and force, and somehow they're the ones losing this
Yeah.
battle.
It completely makes sense to me. I mean, they're using tunnels, and if we look at America trying to find Bin Laden, it
They
took
were,
11 years to find him.
yeah,
We thought he was
taking.
in these tunnels, but he was in Pakistan chilling.
They've been taking notes from Al Qaeda the whole time,
Yeah, the
So.
whole time. So it's actually wholly believable that they're
Mhm.
winning this war of attrition. I mean, guerrilla warfare
Mhm.
works incredibly well, and also doesn't feel like Damon's a great tactician at this point. He's killing his men
Yeah.
on accident with his dragon.
Or maybe even not by accident. He just doesn't care, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
So maybe he's needlessly throwing bodies
Mhm.
at stuff. But it's a really good way to open up the series, show that a war has been going on for 3 years, and show that, they are losing it. Even though they have dragons and they can win battles, they're losing morale.
Yes.
Which is
And
huge.
I thank you. Thank you, writers and director, for putting this action-packed scene in first. It's a really fun way to open up the episode to hook me into it because in the beginning of the episode, it's not, I wouldn't say boring, but there's a lot of political play going on. You got the whiner baby Rhaenyra kind of coming in. Like there's just not a lot going
Lame.
on. So yeah, so I appreciate the action in the beginning, getting me hyped up and then easing me back down into it, and then we get hyped up again later on. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the action right off the bat. Thank you.
Now, with that, let's go into a little bit of the.
I have no sympathy for Rhaenyra this episode. She
Yeah.
is a total whiner baby. I'm fine with her being distant and mad at Alicent still. I don't care, right? Alicent in this episode seems like she's trying to like kind of keep that friendship, or she wants the friendship back, but
Yeah.
Rhaenyra's like, nah, I'm done with
You're
it. And
fucking
I'm
my
fine with.
dad. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Which is fair
I'm
too.
Yeah, fair. I'm fine with that one. But it's everything else. Like we find out Rhaenyra's been just totally ignoring her duties as heir and as princess for the past 3 years. She's being like a little baby to everybody. I don't like her this episode. I don't feel for her at all.
Yeah, it starts off at the feast for Aegon's second birthday, his second
Mm,
name day, right? And
yeah.
we get Otto Hightower being a slimy little snake that he is oh, he was going to be heir one day. And
Yep.
the other guy's like, well, I mean, does the king see it that way? He's like, no,
Hmm.
make
You
it
will
happen.
though.
All right, yeah, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, I'll manipulate him, is what he said. And Rhaenyra's not there. The king is looking for her. It's like, hey, come to your baby brother's fucking birthday. He's your half brother. Which, me, I have half siblings. A lot of them. Consider them full sibling. Rhaenyra can not be an asshole on it, but she's being an asshole. She's
Yeah.
pouting in a courtyard, sitting under a tree. Her dad's pissed. Where is she? Where is she? Someone find her. So Alicent goes to check on her friend, which
Yeah.
Alicent was kind of forced into this marriage, but she is still fucking Rhaenyra's dad. So I get the tensions from all angles. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. And then,
The poor
Rhaenyra's
court part.
being, yeah, I seriously, Rhaenyra's being really standoffish, just going against her. And then Alicent like gets annoyed and she just pulls rank. She's like, "Well, I'm the queen. What the heck? Like you can't order somebody as princess when I'm the queen ordering
Yeah.
this guy doing something else."
By order of the princess, she's like, by order of the queen, get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. And the poor
Yeah.
court part is just like, okay, I'm out, dude. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
number two. You're number three. I listen to number two.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they have a little talk. Alicent's pregnant again.
Mm-hmm. King Viserys really getting it in there, just knocking her up.
Yep. Now, it then goes from their little feast, right? Their birthday feast. They go
Mm-hmm.
on a journey and they set up the king's tournament, right? So their storyline kind of just centers around this,
No, the King's Hunt.
yeah, the King's Hunt, which is for Aegon's second name day. And that's kind of like the big plot of this episode. It's just kind of
Yeah.
stuff that centers around here. So they get to the King's Hunt, and really this whole story is centering around her dad setting up some potential suitors because
Mm-hmm.
she's of age now, right, for marriage. And Rhaenyra doesn't like it, which I get. I mean, I
Yeah.
get that. I do.
Arranged marriages probably not fun.
Probably sucks. Unless like you're the ugly one and you get paired with a super hot one, in which case you're like, this is a good one, you know. But and if you're shallow, that goes with that. But good old Viserys is just like annoyed the whole episode, man. He's like annoyed dad and just like shut the fuck up. Can you just do the dishes?
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
literally what he's
I
like.
dude, I feel for him in this episode. She is being so I mean, she's a child, right? She's being a kid. She's being an angsty, pushing back teenager in this episode.
I don't want
And
to.
yeah, when I was watching this episode, I'm like, man, she's the one who's gonna cause him to take away her airship or whatever it would be called, right? It's gonna be
Yeah.
her fault. Like she's not doing all of her princess duties, right?
Mm-hmm.
For like the past 3 years, he's trying to get her to marry somebody to at for her duty. And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me marry
Way,
anybody."
way. That's all I hear from
Yeah,
Rhaenyra this episode. Way. You
yeah.
know.
So,
Uh, but we get introduced with some great people. One of them.
mhm.
What is Jason Lannister? I think it is. Jason Lannister comes in and is just like a total fuckboy, dude. This is 100% the Westeros fuckboy. He comes in, he's like, "What's up, princess? Your dad says what's up," and you're like, "Oh my god, this dude's like the Trevor Wallace guy on YouTube, that does the fuckboy skits. You ever seen
I
him?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, watch him. It's
I
100%
will.
like that Chad energy is what he is.
Yeah.
Um, and Rhaenyra's like just laughs. It's like, fuck you. I liked that. I thought it was a nice addition to make the Lannisters the fuckboys because
Yeah.
they are.
No, and yeah, and there's the whole camp stuff that's going on, all the parties, right? The king getting super mad at her just being a baby and running off. Like I liked all of this stuff going on. It's really just showing like this rift that's going between them. Rhaenyra really just reading way too much into it because King Viserys finally got a son, right? And we see Otto Hightower, who obviously is going to be pressuring him to make the boy his heir. But he's also getting talked to by other people, like, "Hey, you're gonna make the son the heir, right?" Like, and he's just getting pissed, man.
Yeah,
And
like when the Lannister dude brings it up, Viserys is like, What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you mean to name Aegon as your heir, right?" He said, "No, that would be rebellion. Who's uttering these
yeah,
rumors? Who's uttering them? It's your duty to report these." And the Lannister dude's like,
it's like,
uh,
no, 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 no
no, dude,
rebellion
no,
here.
dude. You know, which again goes to show that I think Viserys is actually, despite episode one and the mistakes he's made, is a good person
hmm
deep down. Um,
Yeah,
and
no,
is
I'm
kind of a feminist.
a feminist.
He is. I mean, all the other men in the kingdom don't want a woman as queen, and he's like, dude, it's Rhaenyra. Like, I'm
Yeah,
done with this. It's Rhaenyra. She's doing it. She's
yeah.
like, what do you mean?
It's cool that he stood by and like he stood by his guns. You know, he
Hmm.
really just. Yeah, I liked that.
And it's understandable for Rhaenyra to feel like she is going to be replaced because
hmm
the entire kingdom's like, you know,
Wanting her to be
yeah,
replaced.
they're like, well, now that Aegon's alive, and she's like, what? What do I know? What do I know? What am I
Yeah,
supposed to
and
know
it's
right now? She's getting that feeling a lot.
hmm and it's cool to see as well. I'll bring it back, right? Just skipping ahead a little bit. It's cool to see that Alicent is also on her side. Like, she wants Rhaenyra to stay as the heir. Like, she doesn't necessarily even want her own son to have the throne. Like, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't really care about that. She thinks it's Rhaenyra's by right, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're right. That's
And
cool.
her
Good on you.
fucking Weasley little dad, dude. He's a
Yeah.
fucking weasel, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And you know
so
what? Screw her for still listening to him. I get she's brainwashed and emotionally, mentally abused, whatever you want to call it. And
yeah,
so it's not entirely her fault, but come on.
we
Just say no.
we we do get a little bit of a love story brewing.
Yeah, and I don't know. To me at this point, I feel like it's a red herring. I don't think that Rhaenyra is gonna go for that. The apparent love interest that's brewing for her and Sir Kristen Cole, right? That's what you're
What are you
talking
talking?
about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's hot,
Yeah.
dude. Of course she's gonna fuck him. What do you mean?
Yeah, it feels like the writers want us to want him to be her husband, right? Because
Want you to want me.
because King Viserys, like, he tells her, like, look, you go find a husband, you pick him, but please, you have to get married. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta, it's your duty. I'll let you pick him. It's all your choice, but you do it. And then obviously earlier we have all this one-on-one time between her and Sir Kristen Cole, and it feels like they're pushing that a little too hard. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like she's gonna go for it.
yeah. That's totally fair. I mean, the romance that's blossoming loosely, okay,
Mm-hmm.
is definitely the result of she is rebelling. She ran off. He's her guard, so he went with her. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, wow, he's hot. Is literally what it comes down to. Because the dude has the personality of cardboard. Just straight up. It's just, yes, princess. No,
Mm-hmm.
princess. And she's like, wow, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. I
Which
mean,
is
yeah. He,
understandable. His actor's name in real life is Fabian. Like, yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense. But yeah, so she comes back, right? The one thing of two things significant though that does happen on their little tryst is she kills a boar because apparently Sir Kristen Cole's not good enough to kill a boar.
Yep.
He got just totally, you know,
Totally decked by it.
yeah, which is fair actually.
Yeah.
But she killed it, right? Cool, and she brought it back, like yeah, I got a boar. Look at me, I'm covered in blood. I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more dialogue, not more because there was no dialogue basically. I would have
Yeah,
liked to see a little bit of dialogue surrounding that cuz those it was cool like her coming back with
yeah,
that.
yeah. It was
I
it
would
was
have liked to
symbolic.
yeah, I would have liked to see her slap that down on the table in the front of everybody. That would have been cool.
Booyah!
But
She hits him with.
but I like to imagine it happened.
Yeah, and the other thing of note is that the king did not find the white heart elk or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenyra did, and she let it live.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. It's symbolic of something. However, I actually don't know. And I've seen the series full, so I just don't know.
Maybe it's just mercy. I don't know. But I
Maybe.
mean, she wasn't really interested in the hunt anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know at
She's
this
she's
point.
interested in running from fucking marriage. That's what she's interested in, which
True.
I would be too if I'm a princess, to be honest with you. So then it kind of wraps up there. I mean, really, the King's Hunt felt like, sure, the plot didn't move forward a lot, but there was a lot of character development going on
Yeah.
between the characters, um, which was a nice change of pace considering how fast the plot was moving, I think.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
and I think you're right. It was basically just character development for Viserys, in my opinion,
Yeah.
right? Just letting us see that even from all this outside pressure, he's sticking to his guns, he's keeping her as the heir, and he lets her know that. Like, I mean, she eventually finally actually just talks to him like, look, you're gonna make him your heir, right? Just do it, get it over with. Like, sell me off to some lord to strengthen your political ties. And he's like, no, that's not what's happening. What? Like, just talk to me. Come on.
Yeah, he's like,
We.
did I ever give that off? I don't think so.
He's like, you're the heir. I didn't make that decision lightly. You're the one who's gonna be on the throne. You're good.
Yeah,
He's like, I swear on your mother's
memory.
name or grave, memory, whatever it was. Yeah. So I still think that she is somehow going to lose that claim. He's going to either cave in, break his promise. He's going to end up breaking his promise for some reason. But I think that's what's going to happen. But at the moment, good on you. Good on him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought for how action packed the intro was, how slow the plot was for this with the character development, and then with the ending scene, this
Mhm.
episode as a whole felt good. It was like a nice Oreo. You had that chocolate on the outside, which slaps, but on that inside said
Mm.
gooey cream. That was this episode because the ending fucking slapped.
Yeah.
He gets word. Damon gets word, dude. He's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
your brother's coming," and he's like, "Nah, he ain't." All right,
Yeah.
we going in, boys.
Speaking of another, good thing, King Viserys took the advice and was like, look, I don't want him to lose this war. He is my brother. I'm gonna send help after 3 years. I'll send help.
Yeah.
And then Damon's like, you're not coming in here after 3 years, and it's gonna look like you're saving my ass. No way.
Yeah, fuck that. No, and he was a fucking maniac, dude. That
A,
battle plan, psychotic.
yeah, a little far fetched.
I mean,
If
is it?
if we're gonna be
He's a
honest.
dragon rider, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying far-fetched in that one guy running up the beach is somehow, for some reason, in the crab prince or whatever, right? Crab people prince.
Oh.
He's looking up at the sky the whole time like he knows a dragon's coming, and yet he's still sending his whole army out after one single guy.
Well, yeah,
And
because they can't hit him, and they're an army of
his
jackasses from Spaceballs, obviously.
his archers absolutely awful. Volleys going out, volleys and volleys. No one can hit him.
Dude, 100%. It's not their fault, man. They're jackasses.
Sending all of his army out of these tunnels just for this one guy.
Yeah.
And then they get caught. It was cool. It was a cool scene. I just think it was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it
So
definitely was it was out there, but in all high fantasy, that's what I love sometimes,
Yeah.
especially when it looks good.
And and for the scene, right? I like to think maybe both sides are tired of it. They've been at war for 3 years, and they see the general and the dragon rider of the other side coming in on foot. They're like, "Look, let's just end this shit right now."
Let's be Russia,
And
throw bodies at it, make
Yeah.
it go away.
Yeah. So they tried and they failed. It was they were, even though they were winning the war, they were probably tired of it, and that's why.
Yeah, that right there. And then, good old Damon now has his heroic victory, which is fairly earned. I mean, he earned that shit, I tell you what. All in all, this episode was definitely a break from we had a time jump, but was a not time jumping in itself episode. It felt I don't know. So far, they're doing the time jumps justice. I think. I think they're doing it really well.
Yeah, I think they are as well. I don't feel like I'm missing too much on the in between. It feels like experienced writers, and I appreciate what they're doing. They're doing a good job.
Now, I got 2 questions for you for the end of this.
Okay.
Question 1: do you think Sir Kristen Cole and Princess Rhaenyra get married?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And I already said that earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think anything's gonna come of that.
And the other question: do you think Otto Hightower is successful in convincing the king to have Aegon be king?
Probably. Yeah. I think something's gonna happen. For Rhaenyra is 100% going to make a bad decision that the king just like in a moment of anger is like, screw it, you're out. Like, I mean, I don't. There has to be a wrench thrown in there somehow. I think it's 100% they being the writers want her out of the throne to cause some disturbance. So I think, yeah,
Well,
I think Prince Aegon is going to be the heir at some point.
okay.
I don't know how yet. I don't know how, but
Okay. Well, with that, it was a great episode. We're looking forward to reviewing episode 4. With that, Ray out.
thanks for watching. Hey, Nick here. If you enjoyed this video, please gently caress that like button for us.
And Ray, thanks for watching. It was a blast. Make sure to hit that subscribe if you want to stay up to date with what we're doing, what me and him are doing. There. Me and him, Nick and Ray. Subscribe.